Oh, hey there. I didn't see you. I was just mowing my lawn with the microphone, you know. You always got to stay sharp when you're a podcaster, like me. You know, I podcast and make all kinds of money. Huh? Since I got you here, I might as well tell you about my trip I just took. I went down to Skatopia for Bowl Bash 2024, which is the 29th annual. And boy, I had a good time. And wouldn't mind telling you about it. So, what I did, I interviewed some cool people, camped with some really cool people, and, you know, it's just a good time. And, well, I figure now's a good time as any to show you the interviews. Well, let's start off with a good one. How about my time talking with Zach Tyler's, the gnarliest guy this side of the Mississippi. And he's got the most bro name I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, check it out.
Old chili dogs down is sitting at home when you could be here in the full pipe doing interviews. This is pretty awesome.
Hell yeah,
awesome.
brother.
Here we are. You're looking good, Brock.
Dude, you look fucking good.
Look at the South Park. You got the dad vibes
Yeah,
going.
dude, I'm camp dad this year.
You like Limp Bizkit?
Dude, I love
Like
Limp
dad
Bizkit.
vibes?
Dude, that's right. Fred Durst does the Limp
You're
fucking
right
dad
there with
shit.
the dad vibes. I love
Hell
it.
yeah. Hey, welcome to the Jam with Brock and Dan, live at Skatopia Bowl Bash 2024, which is what, the 29th annual?
Yeah, 29th. But we're actually doing a remix here. This is the Jam with Brock and Zach.
Yeah.
Dan, the man's not here. He's at home being a good parent with his kid.
Yeah. We were gonna shit on him, but he took the nice approach.
Dan's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy. I was gonna say he's, you know, gotta fucking see a man about a whore.
Yeah, just bring your son down here next year,
Yeah,
Dan.
next
You'll have
year
a great
bring your
year.
kid. Kai would love
If you're
this
watching
shit.
this, little man, tell your dad, Daddy, bring me to Skatopia.
I want to go to
Daddy,
Bowl Bash.
You need to go Bowl Bash, watch the bands, and watch a big. Let's just watch shit get explode.
Dude, and
I'm so excited.
he skates too.
Little bit,
Little
yeah.
Kai skates.
That's awesome.
He can go up and down this full pipe
That's
here.
awesome. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. So anyway,
Yes.
we got Zach Tyler's here.
What's up, guys?
Dude, the gnarliest guy I know.
Oh, you're honestly between you and Ryan, you guys are the gnarliest guys.
Dude,
I know.
I don't know. I seen you fucking tear up the Epcot bean.
As a misconception, a lot of people call it the Punisher, but when you call it the Punisher, you're just asking to be punished. It's
Yeah.
like manifesting. It's putting those vibes out there, and
That's what I was thinking, dude.
I did that for 2 years. I came here. Oh, let's go skate the Punisher, and I would be limping, having people pull
Dude.
me out of there. And
Last year Bowl Bash, we got here, and like within 5 minutes of us fucking parking, this guy goes up to the deep end of the or the Epcot bean,
yeah,
or the
take off
apricot
that.
bean,
I'm gonna hurt
whatever.
myself.
Potato. Yeah, he just fucking just went for it, just jumped right in, dude. And my jaw was on the floor.
After a 5-hour drive.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You came from
That's
what,
good
Detroit?
times. Yes, Detroit. No, that time, Fremont, Ohio. That time.
Oh,
Yes.
Fremont. So
Now, if you don't know, I
likewise.
live downriver Detroit. So if you're ever
Hell
Riverside
yeah.
area, you know, you're ever out in Detroit, hit me up. Let's go skate.
Riverside. You ever go to Delray?
Delray, no.
I heard it's like there's like smog and shit there.
Okay, there's
You know where's Zug Island?
Oh no, I'm new out there.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm still
Dude.
learning the area. I'm from your guys. I'm
Yeah.
local with you guys, you know. And
Fucking Zug Island's a big industrial island.
Okay. Oh,
it's got all
yeah.
the fucking factories. on
yeah,
it
I
and
think
shit.
I think I've seen it.
That's
yeah.
gnarly, dude. Not as gnarly as Skatopia, though.
No, not as gnarly as Skatopia. Not as much as skate either.
Yeah, dude. So what's Bowl Bash been like for you this year so far?
It's been amazing. I showed up Wednesday, got here a little early,
That's right.
set up camp. Did not do no skating day one. Managed to get through day one, no skating.
Hell yeah.
That's where you always screw yourself out. People, if you come up here, don't blow yourself out the first 2 days. We still have a
real.
giant bonfire contest. Fucking, I don't know if Andy Roy's making an appearance. I
Yeah,
heard
dude.
he
I
is,
saw
but-
on like some flyer. I saw his face. But,
I
like, it
heard
could have
his-
been just like,
Yeah, I
hey,
heard the
please
film
come.
crew.
You know, like trying to fool you into thinking he's coming.
I don't know. Either way, I'm still stoked. It's
Yeah.
like my buddy Potts, he was like, what's the matter if Roy shows up or not? We're going to have a great time.
Exactly.
So, Andy, I hope you show up.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to have a great time
If you don't-
regardless.
If you don't show up, then I mean, we won't get to hear you fucking scream at the Lula Bowl.
Hey, get in there! Like, dude,
In a fucking body bag.
Get a fucking in there!
I just remember him screaming, "There's someone getting in a fucking body bag."
I just remember he got his teeth all fixed. He looks all
Yeah,
pretty.
dude, he looks so clean. Like
he
I
comes
was
down looking like a Kent Dow.
dude. Like I always like I see old videos of him. Like that's not the same guy. Cause like, dude, this guy I saw was like real fucking clean cut.
Gnarly.
You know, he looks like he's got his shit together.
Yeah, somehow he still looks so grungy, but so clean now.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, dude.
Yeah, it's clean.
Dude, I think he waxes. He has to wax.
Yeah, he waxes.
Those tattoos look too good.
They look great.
You got to shave your arms to get the tattoos looking good.
Yeah, I bet he has a wax man.
Oh, yeah.
It's Andy Roy. He's got a film man. There's got to be a guy on the side waxing him up before each run. Andy, get over here.
Yeah, it's time for wax.
Yes.
And I ain't talking about the kind you put on the curb. Fucking, dude, yeah, it's been cool. It's been hot this year.
Really hot.
Remember 2022, it was fucking scorching hot.
We're looking at 96 degrees today.
Really?
Yeah, 96 is what
it's like what, 100% humidity?
Something, but it's cool. We're in the
full pipe.
The hills and the valleys and the mountains. So
yeah, dude.
We get underneath the right tree, we get the right breeze. But if you go up on the Lula Bowl, you're scorching up there.
Dude, you might as well just jump in a fucking cast iron pan over a hot fire because that's.
It's easier to skate the Apricot than the Lula Bowl. The Lula Bowl takes so much work to even get there in the first place. Everyone's like, "Oh, dude, you're gnarly for skating that." Like, dude, you guys are gnarly for going all the way up that hill, skating that for 5 hours, and while coming down and shredding out the church, and then watching me shred that for another 5 hours.
Speaking of the church, that fucking metal roof, dude.
Oh, wow.
As soon as you like get up on the little mini ramp to drop in, you're up high in the metal roof.
A lot of people don't talk about this, but underneath the church, have you seen the bowl?
Yes,
that thing is gnarly.
Dude, I thought I really like discovered something when I found that last
That is
year.
the one bowl I haven't done nothing
Dude,
in.
it's scary. It's got like fucking oververt.
Yeah, the one year I no. The one year there was a possum dead at the bottom of it, and we had to fish that thing out. And after we got it out of there, I'm standing down looking up at it. And I was like, I went for it, but when I dropped at the bottom of the transition. It was such a drop, and it was all I could think about was landing where that dead possum was.
Yeah, dude. I remember. I think it was last year. I took a broom down there.
Yeah, was
there's
that
so many dead animals?
Was someone. Yeah, it was last year, or the year before. Got a dead possum out of there.
Yeah, dude.
And then I went and I dropped practically right on the ground where that possum was. It went straight down the flat.
Yeah, that's the bowl underneath the church bowl.
Yeah.
It's like kind of hidden. There's no lights down there, so nobody.
We got to get videos of that thing. I don't know if there's anyone who really skates it, but like that thing is like. You need a crew. You need to put your trucks on like.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. Tell us about this.
Oh
so what happened to you yesterday?
So by the way, this is that Nick Mullins character deck.
Hell yeah!
I'm not
Shout
here
out to Nick.
Like pushing anything or anything, but Nick, I love you, buddy.
I was gonna order one of his pro models he just came out with.
If you know, wheels probably shouldn't come off this easy.
No, fuck no. Oh my god, dude, your bolt's still on. It's still coming off.
I was skating the Apricot, but at that time it was the Punisher to me.
Yeah.
I went in, I shot up, I come back down the waterfall, and at that point, it was like I stuck onto something, or I was hung up on coping, but I was in the bowl. I was like, what the fuck? I pushed through it, and then out of nowhere, I look over and my wheel's rolling off.
Dude, you were channeling your inner Bruce Martin.
Yeah.
He skated naked with 3 wheels.
He's a monster.
Every time you go through the museum tour, he'll tell you that story.
He is a monster. So,
but that is fucking crazy. Your bearing just popped out?
Yeah, no, it exploded. I actually have
to
make a. It's still in there.
Dude, yeah, you should make a little ring or something. Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy. That's not supposed to happen, guys.
It's in there good, but yeah, I don't got no balls.
What kind of bearings are those? Should we out them?
They're actually Raw Bronson, but I'm going to out them because I've had them for the last year and a half, and they've been amazing to me.
Until the Punisher.
I can't really blame the Punisher. I was about set for new bearings. You probably shouldn't have the same bearings for
you probably do a lot more jumping off of shit.
Yeah, these are the same bearings that were here last year. So
yeah, I guess that's a testament
they were done.
to Bronson.
They were done. Good, Bronson, Raw Speed.
I'd say you got your money's worth.
We lost that wheel. I'm not worried about it. Actually,
sorry, it wouldn't be the first time.
I brought the board up here because I was going to fix it, put the bearing back on it. And then you're like, hey, son, it's time to do an interview.
Yeah, I'm camp dad this year. I don't know. I just dressed like a dad.
He's got dad vibes, coming in on them dad vibes. You know Limp Bizkit, that new dad vibes song? If you don't listen to it and just put up montage clips of Brock walking around just doing Brock things.
And like it.
There's my bearings.
They went
looking
out.
for those.
All right.
Sweet. I might set it up during the interview.
Hell
Maybe
yeah.
not. We'll see where it goes.
That's so funny. One of the first things I remember being at the Fremont skate park with you, and you like suggested we turn on Limp Bizkit, and I thought that was the coolest
I
shit
love
ever.
Limp Bizkit.
Because I thought like, oh, you know, younger generation don't give a fuck about Limp Bizkit.
Forget, I look really young, but I'm about to be 30.
Dude, I can't believe it though. I feel like you're 23.
Yeah, I get that.
That's good though.
Right.
Stay young.
That's why I have 2 girlfriends.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Wonder how
Dude.
Skylar's doing. Remember Skylar?
Yeah,
that
dude.
competition mid-run.
Shout
He
out
was
to
doing
Sky.
fun. We just gave him a big hug. Sky, I hope you're watching this.
Yeah, dude.
He recently moved, so
He did
love you,
too.
buddy.
He was at the. I think he showed up to the skate jam back.
Yeah,
in
the last
Rhino's
one.
jam.
Yeah, the last one and the
Yeah.
one before.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, good cat.
Fucking A, man. Like this year's been pretty good. Skatopia's treated me pretty well, other than the humidity.
Right.
But
it's been pretty humid, but
I'd say that's okay though. As you still have a good time, and the bonfires tonight. Today's Saturday at Bowl Bash.
it's not bad if you're like used to like leaving your house. You know, if you sit behind your
Yeah.
house, you watch TV, you don't really do nothing, and you come out here. Of course,
It's gonna kill you.
You gotta walk up a hill. I watched someone walk up this hill earlier, and he slid and fell. Got up like nothing happened. Looked around, dusted himself off, and walked the opposite way. He wasn't even going where he was going, and he was walking down the hill. Now he walked back up the hill.
Dude, the hill.
Whatever it was not worth it to him. He was willing to go back up the hill and struggle when he just fell down the hill. He was going down the hill for something.
You didn't let him bother him.
Yeah,
Dude, that
Turn
hill is
around.
pretty treacherous. I don't know how some of these like
it is.
little fucking Honda Civics
What you
get
have
up
to
there.
do before you leave is get a couple POVs. You know, I don't know if phones actually really do the gesture of eyes, but you need to get a couple POVs of some of these things here because
Oh yeah, dude.
we're sitting in a full pipe right now, and
Yeah. The
we're
fool's
practically in a
pipe.
we're in a room. If we went down in the Punisher, I could set up a bed, a little
For real,
little
dude.
cot, TV, a desk, and live down there if I really
Yeah.
was. It's literally that big, but it's so tight. It's like you talk into the transition. You can perfect acoustics. Go down there, write a
Dude,
song.
We should go down there with some acoustic guitars next
I
year.
can feel it call.
Oh,
Oh, dude, I blew my voice out yelling. That's another thing. You come here and you scream.
Yep. Dude, you can't help it. All right, so I remember 2022, the saying was fuck me in the barn.
Hey, you can't fucking park there. Keep moving.
And that's
They think they can park anywhere.
that's the saying for this year's. You can't
Yeah.
park there.
Yeah, and the hatooey.
Yeah,
Spit on that thing.
dude, because it was fuck me in the barn.
Yeah,
I don't
fuck
remember what last year was.
See, I kept saying fuck them in the bar, and I was not getting. No one was gonna come in here and fuck me in the
Yeah,
barn.
yeah,
I was
fuck
gonna come
them
fuck
in the
you
barn.
in the barn. I was gonna come find you.
I remember, Thursday when I first showed up. I remember walking up into the barn, and it looked like a guy was dead, laying on the fucking ground. He must have been partying real
Oh,
hard.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
His
he's got
spirit
the
animals. There's a husky around here who's a spirit
Yeah.
animal, and if you ever look at the two, they're doing the same exact things all the time.
Really?
Most of the time, he's passed. If he's passed out on the bench, the dog's underneath him passed out
Really?
the same way. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, he'll randomly wake up and try to like, you got a cigarette?
Yeah, dude. I thought he was dead. I was like, no
And,
way.
No, I was worried. I watched him drop. And I stood there like, you good? I didn't hear nothing. You good? Hey, out of nowhere.
Dude,
Like,
What I
"All
did-
right, party on.
I just looked for his breath. I was like, all right, he's breathing. Cool.
I didn't even see that. I didn't even see a breath.
Dude, fucking Zach Tyler. So what have you been up to lately other than Bowl Bash?
A little bit of working
yeah.
out. I've been getting in shape. I'm in the best shape of my life. My whole life, I
Dude.
abused myself with drugs. I love to do meth. I did that shit one time for 4 years.
Damn.
It was only one time.
It was only
though.
one
Like,
time.
yeah, just for 4 years though. I couldn't get off of it. It was a nasty habit.
Yeah, dude.
You know, if you're seeking that low, you're probably doing every other drug out there and getting,
Dude.
life was just travel, get fucked up, and I've been with the same woman now for about 6 years, and she's
Hell
taught
yeah.
me about stability and consistency, and so
Dude,
I'm in the best shape of my life. We're starting to do pretty well, and
Yeah, dude, you look fucking great, dude.
thank you so much.
I noticed like this year versus last year being here with you, you seem a lot fucking healthier, dude.
Yeah.
So much healthier.
And each year last year I still drank a little more
Yeah.
heavier. This year the only time I have drank in here is when someone was like, dude, that was awesome, take a shot.
Yeah. That's how they
it's
get
like,
you.
Oh, I feel like, man, I have to. You brought the bottle, all right, and go and do something gnarlier, and
Dude, I saw a video, I think it was last year, someone handed you a bottle of Malort and then you dropped right into the fucking Punisher.
oh yeah, that was so gnarly. I got that.
That was
clip
cool.
somewhere.
Shout out. I forget the name of the guy's channel, but yeah, I saw that video. It was
Shoot,
really
I was
cool.
just talking to him. Now I'm gonna feel horrible.
Is he
if I don't-
here?
No, he could not make it this year.
Oh, damn.
there's so many people, so many names. So I meet you one time doing, and I would know you. I'd know your name if I seen you right here and I was talking to you. But dude, shout out to that guy. He was so talented with that documentary.
Fuck yeah, it looked.
I watched it from cover to cover, and I say it stacks up next to the Vice. Pretty,
dude, honestly, I think
good.
it's a little better than Vice. I think Vice was just looking for shock content. But like, these guys are like, hey, we want to experience Bowl Bash.
We want to experience Bowl Bash from the eyes of someone who actually shows up to Bowl Bash. The POV of what's it like to watch these skaters. What's it like to actually try skating? What's it like to? He ran around, talked to everybody. He got shit off, and like, he got booed off. He got accepted. He got loved. He got fuck you'd. He got hugged.
He got fucked in the barn.
Did he?
I don't know.
I didn't hear about that. If you did, you're going to have to tell me about that one.
But yeah, that versus the Vice one. The Vice one seemed like, oh, look at these weirdos. Let's document this.
Yeah, it was like, chase the weirdos.
He felt like he was like, I want to.
He sat down with the weirdos. Instead of catching the freaks in action, he sat down with the freaks.
Yeah, exactly.
He did. He
so
sat
shout
down
out to
with
that
me.
guy. I'll try to remember to link the video. You guys check it out.
That's me.
Yeah, do that. Whatever he just told you to do.
I'm the freak.
Do it.
I'm a freak. Shot content.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, dude, we're going to be sitting out here.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to be sitting out here for the next couple hours, hopefully talking to some cool people. What better way to start it out than Mr. Zach Tyler's, my camp son.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dad.
Dude, thanks for being here with us.
This is my camp dad. We go home, we're skate buddies. I met him a few years back, and
dude, I think
he's one of the hardest badass motherfuckers I've ever met in my life.
Hell yeah, brother. I appreciate that.
You listen to his story,
dude.
and you listen to his podcast, I'm sure you know, but this man's been through some shit, and
dude, thank you, brother.
He lived to see the other side, and
Hell
he's
yeah.
here. He's here with us. Shout out to Rhino.
We live to fight another day. And shout out to Rhino for fucking...
he was here last year. It was great. I wish he could be here this year, but I see he's driving golf carts now.
Yeah,
so
dude, he's getting better. Dude, so thanks for having me. We're going to get you on the main show.
Thank you.
We're going to get you on the main show soon.
Can't wait.
And Dan will be there.
Dan, bring your kid to Skatopia. Yeah, Let's make some poor decisions.
It's okay.
Stop being a good father. You don't always have to be a good dad, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's time to break the rules.
You can fail every once in a while. It's how you do better.
Exactly. You got to learn how to do bad stuff.
Fail your son, Dan. Fail your son. No.
Hell yeah. We'll check back. We'll check back in soon. Take it easy, guys. Peace. Thanks, Zach. Damn thing. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, it was a pretty good interview. The guy's pretty fucking gnarly, isn't he? Well, this piece of shit won't work. But, you know what I really wish I had is a lawn tractor. And that reminds me of something. I talked to a guy named Colin from a band called Ignominious. And they got a song called Tractor Smasher. Recommend you check it out. Well, anyway, I sat down with him. Why don't you check it out? Fuck it.
Oh, what's up?
Drinking ass.
Dude.
Hell yeah, brother. Fucking, it's the jam with Brock and Dan, but Dan's not here. He had to, what did he have to do? Do you remember?
I don't know. Is this on?
Now it is.
Oh, was it not on the whole time? Holy shit.
Fuck.
That's okay.
That's all right.
I don't know where Dan's at, but I heard that he didn't want to come to Skatopia because he's being a big fucking fart.
Yeah. I heard he was sucking farts.
Dude, he was eating farts like no tomorrow.
We're just talking about drinking ass and
eating beers.
Yeah. I think he's sucking farts.
Yeah, dude. I'm not about sucking farts, but I'm all about drinking beer.
Hell yeah.
Beer. Right.
If you drank a fart, it'd probably be pretty fucking gross.
It could be.
Depends on who it is,
potentially.
I suppose. But I don't know if we caught the first part, but this is the jam with Brock and Dan. Dan's not here because he's being a pussy and being a fart.
Yeah, he's being a fucking big pussy fart.
He's sucking farts from pussies. Oh, that's gross.
Oh.
Fucking, we're here with Colin from Ignominious.
What's up?
They tore the fucking roof down of the barn last night.
Yeah, we were slamming in the barn, dude. We brought out the whole orca pod.
Yeah, dude, there's two orcas.
Dude, there was three at one time. Yeah, and the gator, too. So we got this song called Sewn Inside of a Whale's Cock.
Classic.
And every time we play it, we have this big inflatable orca and throw them out. But for Skatopia this year, we thought that we should bring out like 3 orcas to really spice things up.
Yeah, dude. So I didn't even see the third one. I just saw a motherfucker riding it.
Yeah, people were crowd surfing on the orcas. It was pretty badass.
Dude, yeah, you told them to do it, and they did it. How does it feel to have that kind of command over people?
Dude, I don't know, because I don't expect them to do it half the time. So when they actually do the shit that I say, I'm like, holy shit, dude. And it's kind of wild. I'm very thankful for it.
I feel like this is the kind of place where people will do it. If you ask them to.
People will, dude. We got our friend to shoot a bottle rocket out of his butt the other day.
Dude, see, I tell people that shit happens, and they don't believe
It really
me.
does, dude.
It's like, dude, have you ever seen a man shoot a bottle rocket out of his asshole?
I shot one out of my belly button last night, and I've been shooting them out of my knuckles the entire weekend.
Yeah, you
look
showed me
at that
last
shit.
night, you got the fucking soot.
Yeah, dude. And there's a blister all up in there.
Dude, I noticed last night, and I will commend your professionality. Is that a word?
I think so.
Well, anyway, the guitar kept cutting out.
Dude,
remember?
it kept getting unplugged because that outlet is loose as fuck.
Yeah.
So the outlet kept coming out, but I was just like, all right, if we just keep going through and no one will give a fuck. All right,
Dude,
we got to just keep the shit moving, and I think it worked.
That's the kind of shit I love, though.
Yeah, because if we would have stopped everything and tried to, it would have just slowed everything down, and everyone would have been like, oh, what the fuck? You just got to keep moving through.
Dude.
Even if you fuck up a little bit, it's just just keep going through.
The show must go on.
The show must go on,
and
brother.
dude, it really went on.
And the whole room was still moving.
Fuck yeah, it was. Even with just the bass going.
Yeah, dude.
It's just fucking going.
Bass be heavy as balls.
Oh,
you
hell
know?
yeah. You guys got the fucking Spectre bass. That's so sweet. Or not Spectre.
The Schecter. The Schecter.
Those things are sweet, dude. But anyway,
yeah, dude, that
I
thing's
won't
sick.
fangirl over the bass too hard. He's not here, so.
Yeah.
But, dude, I will say, what you guys are about to start, sewn inside a whale's cock, I think. And then the guitar cut out the first time.
It did. So then we stopped it. Then we grabbed another whale and came back into it.
And it was seamless.
You always got to have a plan B, you know?
Dude, it was seamless. I think it added to the show, honestly.
I think people might have thought it was scripted or some shit.
No, dude. That was all organic.
Hell yeah. It's all orgasm.
Is this what? How many times have you been to Bowl Bash?
This is our third year playing Bowl Bash. We played Bowl Bash in 2022. And that was our third ever show.
Yeah, I was there for that.
Yeah,
that was fucking sick,
and dude, most of our set was covers anyway because we'd only been a band for 5 months. And we were opening the entire event. We were the first band to play on the entire weekend. And then they had us come back last year, and they gave us this badass time slot. And then this year, they gave us another really badass time slot. Anywhere from 9 to 11 o'clock, that's prime time. That's the best time slot to get.
Because nobody's burnt out just
yet.
yet.
Yeah. Nobody's totally burnt out. Everyone's up in the barn.
Yep.
The shit's, it goes hard.
Dude, yeah, I remember seeing you the first year. And that was my first year at Bowl Bash, too.
Yeah, that was my
these guys are
first
sick.
Bowl Bash. It was my first time at Skatopia was Backwoods Blowout 2022.
Oh, right on.
And I was 19 years old. I showed up and I'd seen a couple videos on Skatopia. I didn't really know what it was all about. And I showed up and somebody handed me an axe and was like, "Destroy that minivan." And I was like, "All right." That's just how it be here, I guess. It's
Dude, at first
cool.
it's almost overwhelming. You're like, "Whoa, is this real life?" And then it
Yeah,
becomes normal.
Yeah, it does feel like a fucking cartoon for a minute there. Oh shit.
Like living inside an episode of Jackass or something.
Yeah, dude.
And you ever see that movie?
What the is this, Brock?
I don't know, man. It just kind of happens.
Dude, we got to clean this shit up.
Well,
We can't do a show like this.
what do we even do? I don't have a trash can.
You know what? This is a great time to shout out our sponsor, Rosebud Cleaning Company.
Rosebud Cleaning Company at 909 Birdseye Boulevard, Fremont, Ohio, 43420.
You bet your bottom dollar. Because guess what?
What?
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Wow.
Oh.
Jeez, they really do a good job over there at Rosebud Cleaning Company at 909 Birdseye Boulevard, Fremont, Ohio, 43420.
Wow. If you guys need something cleaned up, I'd get a hold of them.
You know who to call.
Rosebud Cleaning Company. At where?
909 Birdseye Boulevard, Fremont, Ohio, 43420.
And thank you, Rosebud Cleaning Company,
for sponsoring us. The Jam with Brock and Dan. I'm Brock.
I'm Dan.
And back to the show. I would call it camping. Chaotic camping. That's
chaotic camping. Yeah, you can camp. You might get run over.
Yeah, it's just fucking chaotic. Dude. It's fucking been a hot one this year.
Dude, this is the most scorching bowl bash that I've ever experienced. It's been like 98 degrees the entire time. It's kind of sucked.
Just like that 90s band, right?
Which
98
one?
degrees.
98. What about
Isn't that fucking like a
99 red balloons, brother?
Yeah. Isn't that about like the Cold War or something?
I don't know. I'm a little bit lost here.
Dude, this is what this show is all about. We're just jamming.
Hell
dude.
yeah,
It's called
dude.
the jam. We don't know what
It's
the
all
fuck's
called the
going on.
jam
With Cock and Dan.
with Cock and Dan. Where's Dan?
Dude, he's sucking chili dogs.
Being a fucking fart.
Yeah, dude. So you plan on coming back next year?
Yeah, if they want us to come back next year, we probably will. It's like I didn't think we were gonna get to play this year because we're about to hit the road for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, in about 2 days. So this pretty much starts off our tour with Mutilation Barbecue. It's called the
Damn.
Amalgamations Tour, and we're going down like Pennsylvania, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, Tennessee again.
Damn.
Mississippi, I think. I don't know. We're hitting a lot of shit, dude.
You're all over the fucking place.
Yeah, and this pretty much. Well, I thought that the tour was gonna overlap with Bowl Bash, so I was just like, oh fuck, we're probably not gonna get to go, but
dude,
we were able to make it work out just right. So we're hitting the road about 2 days after this.
that's fucking exciting, dude. So you get to kick
yeah.
off the summer tour like this.
It's gonna be sick, dude.
Dude, I think at this point you guys are a Bowl Bash staple, so I think it would be fucking weird if
Dude.
you weren't here.
They keep inviting us back. Like I see the memes. People keep posting
Yes.
the memes of the whales and the fucking gators.
Yep. Dude.
What do you think about that alligator, dude?
Dude, that was a big fucking gator.
A huge fucking alligator.
I thought the same thing. Like if I saw something like that, I'd want to write a song about it.
Yeah, dude. And
So
that's
I don't think it was stupid at all.
everyone was saying that it was stupid. I was just like, no, dude, hear me out.
Dude, that's what I like about you guys is like I noticed like you're fun.
Yeah, well, we started the project like we just wanted to, have a good time and
Yeah.
like not really take anything too seriously, and that's how it ended up. I've never gotten a fucking tour before until like this project came along, and like it really started to pick up some traction. So we're like, fuck yeah, dude, let's jump on it. Like,
You've been in bands before this?
yeah, that's actually how I met everyone else in the band.
Oh, right
like,
on.
just mutual friends playing shows together, and like yeah, we started this as just like, dude, like fucking death metal's badass, let's just start this for fun. Like we'll just drop an EP, it'll be
Yes.
like it'll just be some fun shit, we'll do some shows here and there, and then like that's what really started to pick up some fucking momentum. And I think that's just because we were being genuine about it. We were just like,
exactly.
yeah, let's just have some fucking fun. Like, let's not try to be something, it's
And
just
people can sniff out bullshit too.
oh yeah, for
you
sure.
know, and like we could I can looking up and watching you guys play, I can tell like these guys are having a fucking good time.
Yeah,
They're having fun.
we just write up. We're just like, all right, this has been said at practice before. It's like, all right, what's the dumbest shit we can do? Like, how do we make this dumber? Like,
Dude, so on the way down here, I passed a sign that said like slow moving tractor. And I was like, I wonder if this is how they got the inspiration.
dude,
for Tractor Smasher.
I can tell you about that actually. So I do live on a farm, and yeah, I've been driving tractors since I was like 9 years old. But we have this tractor out on that was in the backyard, like on this little concrete patio. And dude, this tractor's from like I think the 50s. Is a Massey Harris tractor. We've had it forever, dude, and it's a badass tractor. But we had this big willow tree, and this windstorm came through and cracked the willow tree in half, and it fell right on top of the tractor and smashed it in half. Like, it is completely cracked in half in the backyard. It's still sitting there.
So it's like
and
a
I
lawn
was
ornament
like,
now?
that's a fucking tractor smasher. But then the actual song, that was just the inspiration for the name. Like, the actual song's about someone on a tractor that smashes people. So you run over people with the tractor.
You ever play San Andreas? You can steal the combine and run people over.
Dude, I've seen so much. I've never played San Andreas, but
Really?
I've seen a lot of footage of people playing it.
It's
Like
classic.
Big Smoke, the
Yep.
2 number 9s, and the number 9
extra dip.
large, extra dip, one with cheese.
It's like, who the fuck could eat all that shit? Big Smoke.
Fuck yeah,
Dude.
dude.
Yeah, in that game, you can get a fucking steal a combine out of a field and just fucking
Dude,
mow
that's
people over.
badass.
So you can live out Tractor Smash in real life if you'd like to.
Well, we thought about writing a part 2 called Combine Crusher.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I'd be stoked to hear that.
I want to do a whole like farm-themed EP called the Barnyard Beatdown.
Dude, I think that would go over well here.
I think it would, dude. That's why I love playing here, because
t-shirts.
we're literally playing in a barn. It's like,
Dude, it's crazy.
could not be any more on point.
That's the sounds of Skatopia you're hearing.
That's the sound. Oh, yeah.
And that's the quiet part.
Yeah, you'll be trying to go to bed at like 4 in the morning. And
They can see the background. I wonder if they can see the unicorn coming down the
dude, that unicorn's badass.
I thought he was on a scooter for a second. Yeah, people could dress crazy here. I like that.
Be getting bonkers.
Here, people like everybody points out the fact that I wear Hawaiian shirts and shit. I guess that's weird.
This South Park
Yeah,
Hawaiian
dude.
that goes fucking
The Lake
hard,
Tardy
dude.
Caca.
Hell yeah. I've had this cattle decap shirt on for like 3 days straight, and
Hell yeah.
I just don't want to take it off because it's like welded to my skin at this point because it's
Just
so like
fucking-
it's so sweaty. It's pretty disgusting, but
Dude, I know a guy who had a fucking shirt on. This guy over here. What was the band?
Pantera.
Dan Pantera.
Give me another beer, Pantera.
Yeah, some fucking metal band, but yeah, he's peeling off his skin.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm just leaving this shit on. Like,
Dude, yeah, you might as well
Embrace
be
it.
committed.
embrace it.
Hell yeah. Dude, so, all right, I remember the first year I was here, I seen you guys. I didn't even know you were a band. I just saw a bunch of dudes in cowboy hats.
Fuck
I was like,
yeah,
this is
dude.
cool.
we all had the cowboy hats that year. It's fucking
Dude, I thought it was going to be like some kind of country act, but then you guys just fucking melt our faces off.
yeah. Well, we posted that Tractor Smasher to Slam Worldwide, and everyone kept saying like, "This is fucking wheatcore. Like
What?
this is some like country death metal type shit."
That reminds me. I was thinking, and this is like, all right, so I make stupid ass fucking jokes. People, they call me Camp Dad down there because I'm dressed like a dad all weekend.
Hell
And I
yeah.
was thinking of one. I was like, man, what's a death metal vocalist's favorite kind of bread?
Fucking wheat.
Wheat.
Is that corny?
I don't know. I see. Here's the thing.
No, it's
I relate
wheat,
with that
actually.
because I actually fuck with wheat bread.
Dude, for
I
real.
got a whole loaf up at the campsite.
Dude, it feels like it's more fancy because it's like darker, you know?
Yeah, dude, and I'd be
Costs the same.
slapping peanut butter on that shit.
That's about the only thing you can bring here that won't fucking melt. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll melt, but
Well, I
It
got
won't
the
go
crunchy
bad.
peanut butter, so it's like,
feels like you're getting something.
yeah,
Dude, so you
a
got
little
the fucking-
sustainable. What's up?
Got the fucking tour coming up. That's awesome.
We got the tour, dude. We got a short bus that we got
I
converted.
think I seen that on
For-
Instagram.
Yeah,
dude.
we were gonna bring it here, but like this is such a volatile place. I didn't want it to
Yeah.
get blown up, so I'm just.
Not only that, I don't know. Would you make it up the
I-
hill?
Well, I didn't think I would make it up the hill, but I see a bunch of other buses that are
That's
parked up
crazy.
there, so I was like, it probably could have made it up the fucking hill.
Hell yeah. Dude, fucking thank you for coming on here, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks for having me on here.
We got the
for
main
sure.
show, and you guys are what? You're in the kind of northwest Ohio, right?
Yeah, more like right in the middle, like about an hour from Cleveland, hour from Toledo. If you know where Cedar Point's at,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
pretty much right by Cedar Point.
Dude, me too, man.
Yeah.
So
Oh, hell
we'll have to
yeah,
get you on the
dude.
main show, you guys.
Fuck
couple
yeah,
of
I'd be
guys.
down. I gotta
That'd be
meet
fucking
Dan.
Awesome. Yeah,
Where the fuck's Dan, dude?
Where the fuck is Dan?
Where the fuck's Dan?
He's cupping farts in his hand.
Being a fucking fart. That's what he's doing.
All right, it's been Colin from Ignominious.
Hell yeah,
I'm
brother.
Brock from the Jam with Brock and Dan. Dan's not fucking here.
Yeah, we
So-
don't know where he's at.
We're gonna go enjoy Bowl Bash. Thank you for tuning in.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, dude. Well, I hate to say it, but I think the fucker died. It was on his last leg anyway. Wonder if the dudes from Ignominious can hook me up with a fucking tractor. A lawn tractor. That's all I need. I don't have any fields. That ain't my corn. Anyway, I got to hang out with some of the coolest people ever. I got to hang out with, well, they're camped next to us at the Barn View Estates, which is a little down the driveway, down the hill from the barn. You get a nice view. Barn View Estates, hence the name. And we had a lot of people camped there. Our Zach Tyler's the guy we just talked to. He was there. And a good buddy of mine, David Berkey, all the way from Baltimore, Maryland. Showed up, met him last year, helped him set up his tent. We became became best buds. But camped down there with him. He brought some really cool first-timers to Bowl Bash this year, like Fernando, Johnny, Anthony. Not a first-timer, but Ryan Nix was there, and his fellow camper Amy, who's a great cook. Thank you for cooking all that food. I don't know how you made such good food out in the middle of the woods, but it was pretty good. Thank you. Well, anyway, I attempted to talk to them, but, you know, just like anything at Skatopia, nothing goes to plan. I'm sure some of you can sympathize with that. But had some technical difficulties during the filming of this little snippet. And had the whole crew together, had Cam, Shred and Dad. They we got together and we're the Stanky Badussy Banana Boys, or something to that effect. And yeah, we just had a little check-in. The audio didn't turn out that great, but to hell with it. Check it out. You got some cool people. Hey, welcome back. I think I got this fucker started. Let me test it real quick, and then I'll come right back to you. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Sweet. That means I can finish up mowing. But before I do that, there's one more little video that I'd like to show you. I had the pleasure, the privilege, to sit down with Mr. Brandon Martin, the man, the myth, the legend, who is Bruce Martin's son. Everybody knows him, but a lot of people don't know Brandon. He's one of the most interesting fellows I got to talk to there. And we sat down for about an hour, and it got pretty deep. So hope you guys check it out. And after you watch this, look him up, seedtruth.org. So check this out. This is my favorite interview I've done. Check it out. All right, I guess we'll start, dude. Like I said before, like I don't really. My philosophy is just kind of see what happens, you know.
Just run with it.
Yeah, dude.
Just wing it.
I mean, I got a few ideas, some shit I want to ask you. But
Yeah, I'm cool with that. You know.
Cool, dude.
Yeah, I've done a lot of podcasts.
I appreciate your time,
so
dude.
Of course. Thank you
Hell
for
yeah.
having me. You know.
Dude. Yeah, dude. This is awesome. This is the biggest one yet. Fucking Brandon Martin's here.
Awesome.
Anyway, I guess I'll. It's so weird because nobody's there. But I guess I'll talk to you.
Yeah, you guys can. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Welcome back to The Jam with Brock and Dan. Dan is not here because he's sucking on a chili dog.
Oh my God.
Dude, you ever listen to that song, fucking Jack and Diane? You know that song?
No, I don't. No.
Fucking, what the hell's the guy's name?
I'm not
forget.
sure.
But anyway,
It
it's a
sounds
huge
funny as
song.
fuck, though.
But dude, like, it's like, oh yeah, life goes on.
Oh my God.
You know that song?
Yeah.
Dude, he
I've
says
heard that
sucking
before.
on a chili dog in that song.
Oh my
It fucking
God.
blew my mind.
That's so wild.
Sucking on a chili dog. It's
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
know what?
That's
Anyway.
so funny. So yeah, thank you for coming back to Skatopia.
Dude, I love it here.
Yeah.
I fucking love it here. Like,
Yeah, it's great.
I've been telling everybody, it's like chaotic camping.
Chaotic camping. That's
Yeah,
great.
I love camping, and it's
Yeah.
just a little bit of extra chaos to the camping. you
Right,
know?
right. Well, you know, one of my my mottos has always been, and I've taught this with my philosophy, is surf the chaos. You know, so learn to surf the chaos. There's always going to be chaos around you.
Yeah.
You know, you have chaos within you. You have emotional, intellectual chaos, and the best way to look at it as a metaphor is like the better skills you have as a surfer, you know, the more likely you can have a better experience with that, right? So it's just like skateboarding. You say skate this chaos, whatever you want to say. You
Yeah,
know?
dude.
So just rock with it.
Yeah, it's kind of. I guess another way to say it is go with the flow.
Yeah,
Kinda
yeah. I was gonna
thing,
say
yeah.
it's kind of that.
This is
old,
just getting better at riding the flow.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know.
But yeah, dude. If you don't know by now, it's Mr. Brandon Martin's here with us today. We're rocking and rolling. It's Saturday at Skatopia Bowl Bash 2024. Is this the 29th one?
Yes, it's 29th.
Dude, I was
Yeah.
1 when the first one
Yeah.
happened. Unless you guys skipped years. I don't know.
No, we had a double year actually,
Really?
and they're correcting that with this one. So,
Oh.
so next year's the 30th, but this one was supposed to be called the 30th, and they like had some kind of mix-up with it. I'm not sure how it happened. It's just like you do it for so long, and
Yeah.
you know, it's like, oh shit, oh
There's
wait, that's not right, you know. And then
June. And I
yeah.
just know June, it's time to go. This is my third
June.
year here so far.
oh, cool.
My first year here was 2022. That's when you had the Reanimator art.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was the sickest
Dude,
shit
that
in the
was my
world.
idea.
Really?
Yeah, my friend Kate Baker, she's a wonderful artist, and she does flyers for us. And I was just like, oh, I love, you know, trauma films, and I love like all
yes.
kinds of B flicks. And I was like, man, I need something with Reanimator.
Yes,
you know,
dude.
Reanimator's the shit. You know,
Dude, for real.
So it's so good.
Fuck, who's the guy who plays him?
Oh, I can't remember.
I forget.
Yeah, but
But
it's so
anyway,
good.
you ever met Lloyd Kaufman before?
No,
Dude,
no,
he
no.
is a cool guy.
cool guy.
Yeah, Trauma.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Dude, I met him once, and he told me. Well, he said this to my dad, and I thought it was like super profound, right? Because like my dad used to write for Horror Hound magazine.
What?
Yeah, isn't
That's
that
cool
weird?
as fuck.
He was a staff writer for
Yeah,
him.
that's awesome.
So like I grew up with horror movies and shit
Yeah.
like that. And he was at a convention getting like a poster signed or something like
Right,
that.
right.
And he was talking to Lloyd Kaufman. He's like, yeah, I'm a filmmaker now. Because, like, people was talking shit about him making, you know, reviewing movies. He's like,
Oh,
oh, you're
yeah.
not a filmmaker or whatever. So he's like, all right, I'll make a film then. So he made, like, a 10-minute movie.
Oh,
You
cool.
know, real fucking shitty. It was
Yeah.
awesome, though. And he was telling Lloyd Kaufman about it. He's like, no, don't sell yourself short. He's like, did you have an idea in your head? He's like, yeah. He's like, did you turn it into a film?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. He's like, you can walk into a room with James Cameron, Steven Spielberg, and you're among your peers.
Right, right.
I was like, damn, that's fucking profound.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
I
a
would
good way
agree
to
with
look
that.
at it, though, man.
Yeah,
like, that
it
stuck
really
with
is.
me hearing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to manifest an idea into like a media form, you know?
Really?
I work with media all the time, and it's pretty difficult, you know? You have a
Yeah.
thought, and I mean, film is so intricate, you know? You got to think about everything from aesthetics to your story, your characters, the personalities, your scenes, you know?
Yeah.
Your camera views. There's all the cinematography that goes into it.
So much that goes
Yeah,
into it.
and it's an expression. I think of film as one of the highest forms of language that we have, really.
Yeah.
You know, because it incorporates almost all the senses.
Yep.
You know, and I'm sure it's going to in the future.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
for
so
real.
It'll be full on Matrix gear
You're
then.
going to be
you know?
smelling the scenes.
Yeah, you're gonna be smelling that shit. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Do you think
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
headed for a dystopian future?
I
Or do you
mean,
think
we're.
it's bright?
I mean, if we don't change our mindset and change our behaviors, then yes, full-blown tyranny and dystopia
Yeah.
for sure. How that will look, I don't know. Maybe more cyberpunkish, you
Yeah.
know, transhumanistic, you know.
Dude, I see that coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big issue that we all face. Not that I'm against transhumanism, because I like technology, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And if there's a person who can be cured of their blindness or, you know, any kind of handicap because of technology, go for it,
Yeah.
right? But also I know technology can be a very big crutch and vice for all of us. And
Double-edged sword.
yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It's just a tool, you know. Use it the way that
Yeah.
it should be used, or you can use it the way that it shouldn't. You can
Exactly.
abuse
Like
it,
a
you
lot
know?
of things in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said tyranny. I thought that was...
Yeah.
You know, I've been like in the political sphere, like politically aware
Right.
since I was 18, because I got arrested for underage drinking.
Right.
And then I was like, the judge, he's like, 6 months in jail. I was like,
Oh.
what?
Right?
And then that's when I woke up. I was like, wait a minute, this ain't cool.
Yeah, that's
like
not
I didn't
cool at
hurt
all.
anyone.
Yeah. No victim. Who's the
Yeah,
victim there?
Exactly.
Yeah. Me? I'm the victim?
Yeah.
Wait, you victimized me. Wait a minute. I'm confused.
Exactly.
I didn't hurt anybody. What
I
the
hurt
fuck?
myself somehow.
Yeah.
So you hurt me more.
Yeah.
But dude, that sent me down this whole rabbit hole, and I've been hearing for years, like, oh, there's gonna be dictatorships and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, you know, that could happen.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the sentiment in the country is like almost people are asking for it now. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it feels like people are like, yeah, let's have a dictator. That sounds great.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't seem like that to you?
Oh, yeah. Well, we've seen it throughout history. You
Yeah.
know? I mean, you can just look at Nazi Germany for that,
Exactly.
right? I mean, you have the whole population conditioned for fascism.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, how do you get so many people on board with such a brutal and immoral ideology? You know, with social engineering, social conditioning,
Yeah.
mind control, you know, emotional manipulation, especially emotional manipulation.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's
that's the
where they
big
get ya.
thing. Yeah, that's a huge thing.
And like we don't even realize how fucking sophisticated it is.
No,
Like-
no, not at all.
And like there's so many people that are actively participating in it that probably don't even know that they're doing it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, the
Yeah, yeah.
propaganda and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, people yell at like the corporate news and stuff like that. Like, oh, they know what they're doing. I'm like, I don't know if the anchor knows what she's doing. You know, like maybe
No,
she
no.
doesn't.
No, they're probably not. Most of them are probably not consciously
Yeah.
and maliciously doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's just,
They
hey,
think
this
they're
is
right.
how I make money, and this is also like my view of the world. This is my worldview, you know. But mainly, it's money driven, right?
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
have a good job, and then over time, they probably start to either already had that worldview, or they start to like adopt that worldview
Yeah.
over time, right? So because we know that the utility of everything is like driven by monetary incentives,
Yep.
right? So that's how you get most people to do things that they
Yep.
would never do before.
Just be like, I'll
You
give you
know?
$100 to shove that firecracker up your ass.
Yeah.
I don't. That might actually happen here. I think I might have saw that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I saw a guy yesterday with a firework stuck in his butt crack. So
Dude, yeah,
Close enough.
It seems to be like at least once a year I'll see it.
Yeah.
It seems like.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's all in good fun. But hey,
Oh,
no
yeah.
victim, no crime. No, he
Yeah,
only
yeah,
hurt
it's
himself. He didn't hurt
consensual.
anybody
Yeah,
else.
I don't care. Doesn't
But-
bother me. Do it up, you know?
See, I'm the king of derailing. Do you see that?
Yeah, it was good. It was
But-
good. I liked it.
Dude, I just like, I'm on the fence. Like, I don't know. Like, where are we going to go? And I feel like you're more in tune with maybe the philosophical side of things.
Yeah, I would. My whole philosophy is teaching natural law principles, which is
Yes.
based off of a theory of objective morality, meaning that the whole idea is that anything that violates another sentient being, you know, destroys their liberty, right? And that liberty should never be destroyed. It's an inherent property of each sovereign, each autonomous individual, right? So any action that erodes or, you know, disrupts your ability to be free is obviously going to collectively build up and create what we could call de facto slavery. So maybe it's not like whip and chains, cattle slavery, you know, like it used to be.
Yeah.
But over time, what is slavery, you might ask the question of, right? Well, there's many different forms of slavery, but really what it is the inability to make free will decisions which do not harm other people on your own, right? So that's the main thing. Like, you can make whatever choice you want, but as soon as you start interfering with another autonomous being, right, and I make a choice that harms you and disrupts your liberty, then I've removed the liberty of you, your safety. Let's say I steal from you, right? Like I steal your microphone, okay? Now I've taken your liberty, your freedom to use your gear, which you rightfully acquired and you rightfully possess and maintain, right? And like, so when we do that over time, it just naturally creates slavery.
Yep.
You know, it's a de facto state of slavery.
keep
So,
compounding.
yeah, it just keeps compounding and multiplying. So natural law is that as morality increases, meaning that as our actions increase, which do not violate each other, there is more freedom between each other, right? So that's the whole thing. We want more freedom because if I want freedom, then I have to respect your freedom because we coexist here, you know?
Yeah.
And if the negative effects come down upon me eventually, right? So let's say I'm a thief, I'm a psychopath, maybe I'm a narcissist, Machiavellianist, whatever it might be, right? Something that obviously is manipulatory in nature, and I constantly keep doing harm in the community that I'm in, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, other people who adopt that same ideology will do it to me too.
Yep.
So it's ultimately self-destructive as well,
It's like
because
what goes around comes
Yeah.
around.
and a lot of people call it karma
Yep.
as well,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yep.
So
karmic law. I remember the pamphlet you gave me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Last year, or the year before.
yeah, I think that was the year before.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe last year I had a bunch. No, it was
I
last
remember
year.
you with the sign.
No, yeah, it was last year. I had a bunch of those.
Like that's the moment I knew I was in the right
Yeah.
place. I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
I'm in the right place.
yeah. So a lot of people call it karma, the golden rule. You know, the
Yep.
Christians call it the golden rule. There's many different versions of it. You know, you can call it whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. It's just the results that I care about.
Yeah,
You know, it's
exactly.
like, hey, less violence onto each other, and that's better. So a lot of people might think of it as a utopian point of view. I don't believe in utopia. I know that there's always going to be violence that takes place
Yeah.
at some level. But as we increase in intelligence and consciousness and awareness and self-discipline, right? Self-mastery is a good word for it. We can prevent that to a certain extent, right? We can mitigate that with
Yeah.
our own choices, you know? So, like, you seem like a really good guy as far as
Thank
when
you.
I've met you, you know, you've always gave off good energy.
Awesome.
You've never
Yeah.
caused trouble here, you know, nothing like that.
I always
So
pick up
that's-
my trash too.
Right, yeah, you clean up after yourself. That's good. Yeah, that's great. So the whole thing is that creates a suitable environment for us to coexist with each other, you know, and that's
Yeah.
what I promote. Right, that's the
Yeah.
basis of it. That's like the foundation, you know.
You mentioned morality.
Yeah.
I've noticed. I don't know if you noticed, but it seems like there's a resurgence in Christianity lately.
Oh yeah, there totally is. Yeah.
what do you
absolutely.
think about that?
I think
Good,
it's
bad?
Christian nationalism. I think it has two folds. As a philosopher myself, I think what religion, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but what religion has done for people, it's a substitute for finding meaning and a purpose or a model for people to like work from, right? So like what religion kind of does for people is it gives them a framework for them to like coexist within a group, a social group, so that they can try to like do whatever they do, even if their ideas are erroneous and dogmatic, right? At some level,
Yeah.
a lot of them are, and some of them are not. The Golden Rule is a good example
Yeah.
of not one, right? So when it comes to that, I think that Christianity can be a double-edged sword, just like any religion can be. There's a lot of positive stuff there, a lot of negative stuff, you know. I think literizing religions is one of the most damaging thing that we can do. So, like, for example, having a bloodline that comes from a deity,
Yeah.
right? This is a real big issue because this bloodline, like the Da Vinci Code, can claim authority over other people and enslave them, right?
Yeah.
Based upon something that cannot be empirically proven, you know, but if they can say, hey, I am a descendant of Jesus, which is the Son of God, meaning that I have more authority than you,
Yeah.
now I have a superiority complex going on, and you have to obey my creeds and arbitration upon the society that I am in rulership over. You know,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's called a divine right of kings, is what they called it.
Never
you know?
heard of this. See, that's why I wanted to talk to this guy.
Yeah, so the divine right of kings is an interesting concept. It's the idea that the monarch got his power from God. You know,
yes.
so God gave him the right to rule. You know,
Yeah, just like the Egyptian pharaohs and all that.
yeah, absolutely. So like the canonization of Christianity in during the Constantine period in the Roman Empire, right? They put in this text. It's I think it's 13. Roman 13 is what it is, and it's the idea that man has the right to enslave other men, right? And they get that power from God. So they put that literally in, you know, the text form of Christianity.
And they,
But that's not the original
Yeah.
text. They altered it, obviously. But you can look it up. It's Romans
Wow.
13 is what it is. It's pretty
See-
interesting.
See, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
think when it comes to the Christianity shit, I feel like there's so many denominations. It's hard to keep
Oh,
track
yeah,
of what's
totally
going
is.
on. Who believes what? Like,
Yeah, it totally is. It's so divisive, you know. It definitely
like-
is. They're all divided, you know. It's kind of interesting. But as an anarchist myself,
Yeah.
I would say that I don't adhere to any creed, whether that's state or religious, you know. I do say that with religion, there's a lot of esoteric knowledge there that's
Yeah.
crucial.
I've picked up on that. Like,
Yeah.
there's some valuable shit. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. So I say don't throw the baby out with the bathwater,
Yeah.
right?
Good.
But don't get locked into a belief system, right? Take what works and it's actually correct and true, and then use it, you know,
Exactly.
and learn from it. So
Dude, I could talk to this guy all day. I think you're here for next 24 hours, right? Right here.
yeah,
Okay,
all
okay,
day.
cool.
I'm
All right,
here all
strap
day.
in, everybody.
I'm here all day.
Dude. So I'm sure you said you know been on podcasts and stuff before.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people ask about, you know, what's it like growing up in Skatopia. Like, I understand, like, it's your dad's vision, right?
Yeah.
But what's it to you?
What's it to me? So it was so weird when I was growing up. I always struggled with the acknowledgement that I lived in such a separate way than other people. It was really hard to relate with kids my age. I always related with older people and with people who are of higher, intellect and intelligence or consciousness or experience, mostly the hippies, the punks, the metalheads, the skaters, stuff like that. People on the outskirts of the social norms, pretty much. So it was really hard acclimating whenever I did go to public school in temporary times because I was mostly homeschooled. So that was a difficult thing. But other than that, it was a blessing, It absolutely was a blessing because it taught me a lot of things about what freedom actually means, not only to me, but what's more important is to all of us, like how we can coexist with a framework of freedom. And it was insane, I mean, growing up here was insane. You see what goes on.
Yeah, I know.
I used to run around here with my friends. I didn't drink, I didn't party, and we just had to find our own way of expressing ourselves and our rebellious nature, right? So one game that we would play, we would do Black Ops, and we would all dress up as, like soldiers or mercenaries, get paintball guns and walkie-talkies, and we go out, and especially at night, and we tag the drunkest, most fucked up person that we could find. And just be like coordinated, military ops just coming in and tagging people like, oh, he's walking up the hill right now. See the guy, he has the fucking tie-dye shirt, take him out, and it got pretty ridiculous with that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's good old wholesome fun.
Yeah, it was great,
What other kids
totally
got
great.
to do that?
I remember one time, and I really felt bad about this one. We used to have a lot of potato cannons here.
Oh,
I don't know
shit.
whatever happened to potato cannons.
Yeah, I know, they kind of fell off.
Yeah, it just kind of faded out, right?
Dude, I want to
Where's
build
the potato
one.
cannon?
I'm an adult
Right?
now. I can build one now.
Yeah, you
I
can
should
build one. So they had a potato cannon in the second parking lot, and they were just launching, and people camped on the other side over there, and they were like, "Hey, Brandon, come here, shoot the potato." And there was a huge crowd of people, and I just launched it, and it freaking nailed this guy in his head and laid him out, just flatlined him. And I felt so bad. But he got up. He was okay, And then after that, it started this whole war between the two things.
Tribes.
So they had an egg launcher. Like the slingshots that you have 3 people who hold it, and they were launching eggs back at the potato guys. So it was potatoes and eggs going back and forth.
You need some spam.
So so it's interesting, but there's politics to that, right?
Yeah.
It's like some just random accident can just cause this division amongst these people. But the weird thing about it was they were all doing it in good fun, and everybody was cool with it. It was like, oh yeah, we know what we're doing now, So it was a good lesson, There's a lesson in that.
That sounds like so much fun.
Right. So I would say to summarize the answer of your question, living here was an amazing, beautiful experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else because not only the lessons I've learned, but the people that I've met, such beautiful people.
Yes.
Amazing people, like-minded individuals. They come together. We coexist in this kind of chaotic, weird environment where most people would be like, I'm going to die, and it works, it works. It's kind of like order out of chaos in a way, but it's also just the beauty of art because this is it's a tapestry for our minds and we make it what we will, right?
This place, this is my 3rd year here. I told you that. But at first I was, a little shocked. Like, what did I get myself into?
Right.
But like I said, I saw you drive by with the natural law sign. I was like, okay, I think I'm in the right place.
Right.
And over the years, I just realized how special this place is.
Yeah,
I don't even think, I think it transcends the skateboard ramps, all that.
Oh yeah, it does.
But there's an energy here.
There totally is. Yeah.
I think I've been thinking about it for 365 days. I couldn't wait to get back.
Yeah. Now there's some sacred energy here. The land is sacred too. It's really healthy.
Yes.
There's a lot of good, fertile soil here. And the environment's great, it gets humid here, but the ecosystem here is insane in southern Ohio, lots of animals and insects and we just coexist. We're just coexisting here. So
I'm from northwest Ohio, so it's flat fields up there.
Flat fields,
glaciated Ohio.
Right.
And it's so different being right here. Just a 3-hour drive. It's like a different world. I love it. It feels like I'm way far away from home than I really
Right.
am.
Probably like a world of difference.
Yeah.
You know?
And
That's cool.
it's just, I don't know. There's something so special about this place. Like I can't even put words to it. Honestly.
Yeah. Well,
Just-
I think the people are the most beautiful
Yes.
thing because it's like a painting, like a Dali painting, right? It's like a Dali painting where there's just so many different colors and it's just all blending together, and each person brings their own experience to the table and their own mind and emotions to this place, right? And it builds a beautiful experience for all of us all around. It's just really great. And every once in a while you get some rough stuff that happens, maybe a fight, just like any other festival. But it's cool because usually people step up and they've kind of decentralized the authority to the point where it's like, hey, we can take care of this. We don't always have to run to Bruce or Brandon, and if they do run to us, it's usually like a more severe incident where like, oh yeah, we have to have
this is bad.
yeah. But most times, like if something goes on, people are on top of it. They take care
I've
of each
noticed
other.
that.
Yeah.
And does that have anything to do with the CIA? Because I know
real
we got
CIA?
agents out there.
Yeah, we got some agents. We're the secret CIA.
I think the CIA's behind
I'll
it.
tell you a story about the CIA.
Yeah.
So in the phone book, when we first moved here, it was 96, but it was probably around 97 as far as my memory goes, but we had the name for the number in the phone book as the CIA.
Oh, shit.
So we used to get calls from people, and they would be calling and leaving messages about extraterrestrials and men in black following them. Like, people who were just methed out of their mind or, just tweaking, right? Paranoid schizophrenics. And maybe a couple were actually having an encounter. But they really thought we were the CIA, So they left us messages, and then we started pranking them when people called and acting like the secret, CIA. So it was kind of cool.
Man, do you remember doing prank calls as a kid? Did you ever do those?
Yeah, I did prank
Dude,
calls.
I used to love doing prank calls.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I used to call the local speedway, and there's this guy that used to work there. Looked like a garden gnome. His name was Randy.
Randy.
He was real short, looked like a garden gnome. Had
Right.
weird long hair. And me and my friends were just, we're bored, 15, whatever. It was like, hey, let's call the speedway. So I called Speedway, and I was like, yeah, I'm a trucker coming in on the interstate, and I'm looking for some Butterfingers. I just want to know if you have any. He's like, oh, yeah, we got plenty of them. I was like, do you think you have more than 10? He's like, oh, yeah, we definitely got more than 10. I was like, what about more than 20? And at this point, he's like, okay, what the hell's going on?
Right.
He's like, I don't know. I had to look. He comes back, and he's like, yeah, we got a couple boxes. We got enough for you. I was like, do you know exactly how many you have?
Oh, my God.
And this poor guy, he counted every Butterfinger.
He
He's
counted
like,
them all?
23.
We got 23.
Thank you. I'm coming right in. I got to hit the road. I can't stop
Oh,
long.
my God. That's so funny.
Just stupid shit, getting free food from Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's fun. I always tell people, one of my, you could say, philosophies, I would say, is to have the child spirit.
Yes.
I call it the child spirit. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the tarot. Are you familiar at all?
Tarot cards?
Tarot cards, right?
I've had my tarot cards read a couple times. I
right,
still
so
don't
that's
completely
divinations.
understand.
Yeah. So tarot cards are really interesting. You might not be familiar, but are you familiar with Carl Jung?
Yeah, the philosopher?
A philosopher and psychologist.
Yeah, psychology.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. So he says that there, in the subconscious or the unconscious realm, there's an archetypal language of symbolism, which has these models, which are timeless characters that we pull from, like the hero or the wizard. Like there's certain ones, right? The adversary, like Set or Satan, you know, and we pull from all these. The hero is the most, prevalent, right? And the tarot card is literally just like a little book. You can use it to try to read into people's futures and stuff like that. But the way I look at it, it's a book of understanding yourself better rather than trying to predict the future about things. Yeah. So understanding your own emotions, your psychology, your inner world, you can use it both ways, but that's how I use it.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah,
it's it would be good.
The reason why I brought it up is because the first card, which is the 0 card, is the Fool card, and it represents the child spirit.
Yeah.
And it's usually like a flamboyant character carrying a bag, like going on a journey away from the tribe and
Bindle and the
yeah,
bandana on
that's
the stick.
right. That's right. You got it. And so that represents the initiation into the world, taking the first step, right?
Yeah.
Taking the leap of faith, And then the last card usually is the magician card. And he has the as above, so below hand signs going on with the wand. And he has all the symbolic 5 elements, the pentacles and the staff and the sword and all this stuff, right? It's the master. So that's the adult, so you have the child spirit and the adult. And so my whole idea is that you climb the mountain as much as you can, and then when you get to your spot, your pinnacle, you have to come back down eventually. And coming back down is re-engaging into your child spirit, and invoking that with what you've learned.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like there's a little bit of both of that in me. Like,
yeah, well, you better have it.
A lot of like my sense of humor is definitely childlike. Mm-hmm. I like doing childy things. Like I've been having fun here. I haven't drank or anything. I've just been having a good time, throwing firecrackers.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not all about partying.
I know.
Yeah.
See, I think that's a misconception people might have. It's like, oh, if you want to have fun, you gotta poison yourself with liquor or something.
Yeah, no, you don't have to.
Man,
no. That's
I've
a
been having a
cultural
great
thing.
time.
Yeah.
But it's that childlike spirit,
Yeah.
And I feel like
Keeps
that's
you
pretty
alive.
strong in me.
Yeah, that's
what about
good.
you? Is it strong in you still?
Of course.
Hell yeah.
I have fun doing all kinds of stuff.
I know. Before I forget, there's something that I remember watching a video. You're doing like a Facebook Live or something. You're talking about private property and children. And you had like this awesome take on like how you should approach, taking things from your kids or not taking things. I thought that was the coolest fucking thing I've ever heard. So if you don't mind sharing that again.
Yeah, I will share that. It's actually
awesome.
pretty cool. It has a little backstory too.
Okay.
So with my dad, he was never a physical punishment person, right? I never got whooped. I never got beat.
Because, on the outside looking in, you'd be like, oh, man, he probably whoops his kid's ass.
Yeah, a lot of people would think that.
But
that's right, but never.
That's
not
awesome.
once. He never touched me,
Wow.
So his way was psychological and emotional, right? So what he would do is I would have, like, all my toys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and it sounds like horrible to some people, but it's way less horrible than like getting your ass beat with something, right? With a belt or whatever, with a fucking rod, who knows, you right?
Paddle.
So he would make me, whenever I did something, right? The first thing is he would intellectually explain like why I shouldn't have done that, sit me down and do this stuff, right? Eventually, if I kept repeating the behavior, he would say, okay, I've warned you. Now you have to take your favorite toy out and smash it with a hammer, okay? So I'd have to go out and smash my favorite toys, And then I feel like, oh, I've lost my liberty.
Yeah.
I've lost something that makes me happy because I've done something wrong, right?
And consequence.
So, right. So the physical, like rearing, right?
Yeah.
That reinforces negative ideas. This kind of reinforces a positive idea without needing to like physically assault your kid, right?
Yeah.
So the idea that I spawned from that, right, was we give things to our kids, and then they have this idea that it's theirs, and they are trying to protect their thing, right, their resource, the thing that makes them happy, that they enjoy their life with. But we give it to them as if it's completely theirs, right, and they have complete ownership over that thing. And then whenever we punish them, we take it away from them, right? So psychologically, it instills this idea that it's okay to take things that's 100% yours, right? To punish you with things like the government does, right?
Yeah.
So you've completely rightfully owned this thing. Somebody gave it to you. It's your property, and then they just come in and take it from you, right? So instead of that, I came up with this idea. Some people have tried it now, and they really love it.
That's awesome.
And I've read a lot of studies on it too. That let's say like a game system. It's a great example, right? If you give the kid the game system, then it's theirs, and if you punish them by taking it away, then you're stealing from them.
Yeah.
So you don't want to instill that. So the idea is tell them that they are borrowing it. It's actually yours, right? It's your game system, but you're letting them use it. They have a privilege to use it, and if they do good, you'll continue to let them use it, right? So what it takes away from the equation is the reinforcement that theft is okay.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, right? That it's okay to steal something that's 100% yours. That's what it takes out. And it takes out a little bit of the resentment. Of course,
Yeah.
you're still probably
You're
be
bummed,
mad,
yeah.
You'll be bummed, but it at least psychologically plants that seed that it gives like a respect for somebody else's property,
Yeah.
right? Whoever it might be, your friends, your parents, other people, and then it also gives you, and then eventually you can be like, okay, once I see that you've done this, like, you're really good, and you're growing and you're learning, you're expanding, and I have no issues with you. Maybe you can have this.
And
You
never
can
be
work
taken
towards
from
it.
you.
Yeah, and it's just completely.
Yeah.
I can never do anything about it.
I feel like that's like, I love skateboarding. Don't you?
I do. I love it.
Dude, like, I find myself pushing, kicking, ollieing, kick flipping. But, dude, check this out.
Yeah.
Do you know where I got these wheels from?
Where'd you get them from?
These bearings? These rails? These trucks?
That's a nice setup.
This deck? This Slayer hardware by Independent? Do you know where I got it?
Where'd you get it from?
Rhino Skateboard Shop Company, 1472 East State Street, Fremont, Ohio, 43420.
No way. Dude,
Yeah.
Same here.
Dude, I think everybody should go there to buy their skateboarding stuff.
I got my trucks, wheels, bearings, hardware, deck, grip tape, everything that you see here from Rhino Skateboard Shop.
That's right. 1472 East State Street, Fremont, Ohio, 43420. Be there or be square. It's totally up to you, but make sure you go and buy a skateboard or any skateboarding accessory.
We'd like to thank Rhino Skate Shop for sponsoring this podcast.
The Jam with Brock and Dan. I'm Brock.
I'm Dan.
Right back to the show. All right. We had some technical difficulties. Totally not my fault for sticking the phone in the sun. Totally not. It's definitely somebody. It's the sun god's fault. Who's the sun god? Horus?
That's one of them.
Is that?
Yeah, Apollo's another in the Greek tradition. There's many
Yeah.
sun gods, but in Egyptian, Horus.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I knew something.
Yeah. you knew something.
Right on.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, we're just finishing up. You had just said once you behave better as a child, you can keep that item forever. Nobody can take it from you.
Right. Yeah. I think it's really important to instill this idea of understanding property because liberty is an essential property of ours, right? So if we erode the idea of individual property, what we're really doing is eroding the idea of our individual liberties.
Yeah.
Okay? Because those are your properties, right? So not only like physical properties, like having your phone, your materialistic phone, right? But also like the property of which I exhibit through my behaviors, my expressions, my emotions, my thoughts, my consciousness, So whenever we do that, it enshrines what I would call moral relativism, which means that we can just make it up as we wish rather than observing in a scientific methodology what the consequences of those behaviors are, right? So as an example, let's go to government for a second.
All right.
For a time period, they had marijuana laws,
Yeah.
which, from prohibition, which made marijuana illegal, right? It's still federally illegal, right? But by states now, they're starting to back off on it
I think
a little
Ohio
bit.
is one of them, actually.
Yeah, Ohio now is, and that's a good thing. But the thing is that now you can go to one state, right, and it's legal. And what legality is about is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a ethical justification for criminal behavior, right? So it's supposed to be based off an ethical code, which implies some kind of moral concept to justify being able to punish people in a society, right? Or to seek retribution or restitution for people who have been harmed, right? So when you can arbitrate that on the whims of like whatever you want, on your own perception of whatever it might be, you can have another state that says it's completely immoral, and now you can be punished for holding possession of a plant that grows in nature when you have not caused anybody any harm, right? You have not violated anybody. All you have is a plant, some material that you grew or just naturally grew from nature, right? And their justification for this is that it harms society, which we know it doesn't. In fact,
I'm hurting so bad because
yes, hurting extremely bad because of it.
Ouch.
So are you. So that's moral arbitration by the legal system, rather than like looking at the consequence, meaning what actually happened. You know,
Yeah.
when I smoke weed, you know, am I harming somebody? Is there a victim? You know,
Yeah,
things
exactly.
like this.
No
right?
victim, no crime.
Yes, no victim, no crime.
That's like
So,
the easiest concept to
Fuck
understand.
parking meter maids.
Exactly. Like,
Okay.
who the hell are you hurting?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, as long as you're not trespassing on like somebody's property.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yep.
don't park in their driveway.
Yeah.
You know? But in the city, it's like, come on, bro.
It's like, I
Like,
thought
this
I
is an
paid-
open, yeah.
Yeah, well, I saw a meme earlier. It's an older one, but it came back up, and I was like, oh yeah. It's a guy looking like confused, and he says, "Oh, I'm just looking at my paycheck and wondering how when the government worked half my shift."
Oh, right. Yeah. So that's part of the property issue,
Yep.
right? So as an anarchist, I believe in individual property, right?
Yeah.
And from there, I extend that where I can delegate my property to like my grandmother if I want to, or my friends and stuff like that, right? Meaning I can share it with other people, right? Because it's mine. And I
Yeah.
didn't hurt anybody to get
Yep.
it, right? I didn't wrongfully acquire it. Well, taxation, right? The only way that you can get taxation is through coercive force.
Yep.
You know, you don't get to choose where your tax money goes, right? And they arbitrarily choose the percentage of which they take from
Yeah.
you, right? So what they're claiming is they claim to own a percentage of your product of labor.
Yep.
Where does that product of labor come from? It comes from your body,
Yeah.
right?
Which
Well,
should be yours.
Right, and that's yours. You create that from your body, right? Well, what's slavery? It's the claim of the production of your product of labor.
Yep.
What did we claim from, the African slaves, right? We claimed that what they did in the cotton fields was ours, their product of labor,
Yep.
right? So in an extension, we are claiming to own their body too. Taxation is a claim over your body. That's
Yeah.
really what it is,
So
right?
taxation is slavery.
Yes, absolutely. That's the easiest way.
It's pretty
on the-
easy to understand.
Yeah, on the most simple level, it's extortion. At the fundamental level, it is slavery.
I was like, when I tell people, I'm like, yeah, if you don't pay your taxes, like the government will kill you.
yeah,
And they're like, what? No. I was like, stop paying your taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they'll just come and arrest me. All right, say no.
yeah.
They'll fucking
Well,
kill you.
This is something people don't understand is that whenever you're dealing with the agents of the state, it is always the potential of death.
Yeah.
Okay? Always. You're dealing with a person who is trained to defend every law, whether they're just or unjust, right? And if you rebel that law, they will lock you up. Well, first they'll fine you. If you don't pay those fines, they'll lock you
Yeah.
up. If you resist being locked up rightfully, right?
Yeah.
Then they will put you down if they feel necessary or justified,
Yeah.
right?
He was reaching for his pocket.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was an acorn.
Yeah.
It was an acorn. Right.
Oh
you saw
my
that. I'm
God.
glad you knew
Yeah,
that.
yep. I know
It was
exactly what
the
you're
acorn. So, yeah, we have to be careful about that because I believe that property, as far as the way that I'm defining it, is extremely, extremely crucial to understanding liberty.
Yeah.
So if we can't get at least a simple understanding of it, which usually we do, some intuitive understanding of it, you
Yeah.
know, like even as kids, we get it. We don't want the kid next door coming and taking our toys, you know,
Yeah.
like those are our toys, right? So that's why corporations can be so dangerous at the collective level because they have a Marxist idea of shared property.
Yes.
And then they can buy up all the land property and then well, how far can you extend it? Air property, right? Water property. Can you own all the water on the planet
Yeah.
and keep it from people and monopolize it, you know?
Yeah,
Well, no.
That's a good question because like what do you think about the Vanguards and BlackRocks of the world who just own so much shit?
Oh, yeah.
It's like at what point? Yeah. Like what do we do? Like
Yeah.
just
Well-
ignore them?
No, you don't ignore them. I'd say just education, and I think free markets kind of help with that.
Yeah.
But proper free markets, obviously.
Yeah.
Meaning
Truest
that.
free market.
Yeah. I mean, your purchasing power is really important, but that purchasing power is determined on your, I'd say, education level, right? So what I mean is that the more you're informed about a business, the more likely or less likely you're going to support that business,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And the more you're informed in general, right? So that's the main thing is taking purchasing power away from that. But the problem is with BlackRock is that they do a technique called compartmentalization where it's diffused and you don't know that this product and this product over here are literally owned by the same company, right?
Yeah.
So on the outskirts, it looks like you have a choice. It's the illusion of choice,
Yep.
but really it's owned by the same company. Oh, wait, that sounds familiar. That's left-right-wing politics? Oh, wow. You
The
know,
same
like,
bird, two
yeah,
different wings.
wait. Oh, I get it. It's based off an old manipulation technique from a philosopher, George Hegel, who based his ideas off Plato, but criticized Plato. But it's called the Hegelian dialectic.
Okay,
is what it's
yeah,
called.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, and it's just the idea of there's two opposing, like controlled opposition, you know,
Yeah.
and you're the one controlling both sides.
Yeah, so
and
the
either
illusion
side
of
you
choice yet
yeah,
again.
it ends up in the same slaughterhouse,
Yeah.
right? And then problem, reaction, solution.
Yep.
Same thing.
Create
I
the
create the problem, you react, and then I'm like, I have the solution for you. I got you.
Do you ever think
I got
about
you.
how much of that is going on right now?
Oh, yeah.
Especially like there's an election
constant.
coming up.
Yeah. It's
Like-
it's constant. And we do it to
Sure.
ourselves sometimes, too.
Yeah.
So they don't even have to do it half the time nowadays because we'll create the problem.
Yeah, we're so good.
And then
We're
they're
good
like,
little trained puppies.
we know we have it. You'll come to us because we're your saviors.
Yeah.
We're government. We're your protectors.
They're locked
right?
in.
That's right. That's right. So what we're really in is I would say at the low level a psychological war of information, you know, and then at the highest level a spiritual war on consciousness, you know, on your whatever you want to call it, you know.
Yeah,
so,
it's like, I don't know. I think we're at a critical point right now where I think the next coming months or couple of years is really going to determine where we go from here. you
Oh
know?
yeah, absolutely.
I think like we're in like a crucial moment right now.
I
think-
would say so.
I think a lot of people are coming to your point of view.
I think so
I think
too.
they're starting to realize.
Yeah, I think a lot more people are open to it. The corruption of authority throughout history is not so much being ignored as much as it used to be, right? Like, let's say the 50s and 60s, right? I do think that we're at a crucial point with understanding how to use the technology we have because we're still in the infantile stages of understanding the internet.
Yeah.
You know, and we're still dealing with like information overload. You know, like how do I find reliable information? The validity of that,
Yeah.
right? How can I prove that to myself? And a lot of people have a low bar for it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I just heard this must be true, and it feels right to me, you know. And it's like, well, let's set the bar a little higher so that we can at least, you know, be critical. Woo!
We're at Bowl Bash.
Yeah, be critical. That's a high bar.
Yeah, holy shit. That was a
Yeah,
loud
that was a
one.
good one. That was a loud one. Yep, gotta be careful around here.
Oh yeah, you
You
never
know?
know what could happen.
Yep, you never know.
But hey, I've I've been around a lot of fireworks here, and I haven't
Me
gotten
too.
hurt so far.
Yeah, I don't
So-
think I have either.
But here's so I feel like I said, when I was 18, I became like politically aware, I guess.
Right,
And I was going down the anarchist path,
right.
and it's so cool. I just went straight for that. Like, I
Right,
didn't even
right.
fuck with anything else. And then 2016 kind of shook everything up. I feel like, and Donald Trump saying the deep state, all that shit.
Yeah. Good buzzwords.
I think maybe send people like, oh, maybe there's some corruption going on. Do you
Yeah.
think there's a Donald Trump to anarchist pipeline?
I think it's reverse, actually.
Really?
Yeah, so I think Donald Trump is a very, very good actor.
Yeah,
okay?
I think so
and
too.
he's a red herring. So there's this
Red
thing.
haired.
Yeah, that's right. You got it. Good puns. Good one. So what I think he was placed in that position for specifically was to bring in people that are on the fringe, right? So, and I'll give you prime examples of this. The first thing is that in political science, there's a thing called the Overton window.
Yeah.
And it's how liberty shifts over time through politics, right? More free, less free, okay? And it's the view. The window is the view of that shifting. So what they always try to do, and you can see these cycles throughout history in politics, is they'll take freedom somewhere, and then they'll give you a little leadway somewhere
Yeah.
else. But when they're eroding freedom incrementally, it's always more than what they're giving you,
Yeah,
right?
so-
So they give you this illusion that you're getting something in return and that you're getting freedom back.
Yeah.
But then over here, they're like, oh, yeah, we got you on that
Yeah.
one. So Donald Trump was really good at bringing in people who were corporatism and establishment, and establishment is a better word for that, and anti-deep state, people who were like maybe more questioning authority, questioning the nature of government and the state. But he's really good at bringing in people on that outskirts and swooping them back into the political arena. Yeah. Right? And so I watched anarchists that I've known for decades run to him as their savior. Yeah. Right? Run to them. Right? Just be like flocking to them.
Yeah, it's
and
so
I was
crazy.
like, what? Whoa, you know?
Yeah.
But I get it because they're still in the mind have this idea that the
he's
state
helping somehow.
And if you use the right words, it's really easy to manipulate people.
And, I'll be honest, I might have fell into that trap too back
then.
Yeah, and and it didn't take very long for me to like, okay, all right, what the fuck am I doing here?
Right, right.
But it seems so compelling. So I totally get why they might have ran to it.
Right.
But then,
I do too. I totally
Then, common sense comes back after a while. Yeah. And you're like, oh, wait, I'm just being fucked again.
Right.
My ass hurts.
Yeah.
When they're still taking money from me.
So I like to say this to people, that we have the buzzword, the deep state, right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe there is a deep state. I can't deny that. But my main focus is the state itself.
Yes.
Not just the deep state. It's the whole compartment of the state. It's the whole apparatus.
And that's what they ignored during all that.
That's right.
The state itself.
Yes. So the state itself, its whole modus operandi is to use coercive force to enforce their ideas, right? That's all they can do. They threaten you with violence to make you obey whatever policy they put out, whether it's just or unjust.
Exactly.
Right?
And they make you feel good, like, here, we threw you a bone.
Yeah.
You like that? Bend over.
A little conditioning there.
Yeah.
Training you like an animal.
Yeah. And especially, like,
for sure.
And I always thought it was funny because, like, I'm a firearms guy. I love guns.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's good to know that.
Any good anarchist should, right?
Yeah.
There's no definition, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, yeah, Donald Trump would probably be good for guns. And a lot of people believe that.
Yeah.
And, do you know what happened under Donald Trump? The fucking bump stock ban?
Yep.
What?
Yep. I saw an interview with him.
Obama didn't even do that shit, dog.
No. I saw an interview, or it wasn't an interview. It was like a video of him with a bunch of other politicians talking about what to do with guns. And he literally said, with the gun issue, and he said, just go take them. He said, go take them all. You can look it up online.
Dude.
He literally said, just go take them. Before any kind of due process.
Dianne Feinstein.
And the one guy said that. And, he was like, well, what about due process? He said, no, you don't need due process. Just go take them.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
So, that's the kind of manipulation these people use, It's very, very, they hold it close to the chest.
They're really fucking good at it,
too.
Oh,
they're really, really good at it. So, really good.
Dude, like, I think that's the one thing that, you can harp on the Second Amendment and stuff. Oh, it's to protect us from tyranny. I think it is. It really is.
Yeah. Yep.
But I don't think anybody that's from the government is wanting to protect you.
No, not at all.
I don't think they see it that way.
No, of course they see it as a threat.
They want to get rid of them. They're just gonna like stroke you a little bit.
They see that as a threat.
Exactly.
They see that as a threat to their survival.
What is it? God created man. Samuel Colt made him equal.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's really good. That's funny.
But dude, I think everybody should have guns.
Oh yeah, I believe in decentralized militia. Every man, woman, and even children who are active, well maintained, and well trained with the devices should be there to defend their property and other people's property together, right? Cooperatively. So people always worry about anarchism with like military defense against foreign invaders. That's been solved a long time ago. You not only can you do it in the free markets, but you can do it yourself as well. Okay, if you have the technology and you have the means, as long as you don't turn into a standing army like the forefathers warned us about, which is what we have, you're good. So, I mean,
I like the decentralized.
Yeah, decentralize that. Yeah, and it's much more efficient that way too.
And you can still work together.
Yeah. That's what it is. Me, my neighbor, the other neighbor, and all the neighbors around me are all armed, and somebody tries to come into our community and disrupt that community, we naturally will just get together and do what needs to be done.
Just like a
we
beehive.
won't do that though. That's right, just like a beehive. You got it. That's so. Yeah, you're on it. You're on it. But we don't even need to like work together. We just know what to do.
Exactly.
It's an instinct.
And it's like that ties back to morality. It's like
That's right.
It's almost instilled in us.
Yeah.
You know? What's right and wrong.
Yes, and the one thing that I always say is self-defense is one of nature's oldest laws.
Yeah.
You know, self-preservation and self-defense.
Yep.
You know, so you can't arbitrate that. Another thing with government, we can sway off this topic in a second.
I know it's fine. I love this shit. You can do it. Say whatever you want.
Okay. Well, they have the idea that the government gets its power from the people.
Yep.
Right. So the people give the government its power and the permission to do what it does. Right. Okay. Well, if you ask a politician, okay, do I have the right to tax my neighbor? Right. Do I have the right to take his product of labor and tax him, right? Can I get together with other people in the community and tax them? They'll say no.
Uh-huh.
They will say no. And then you say, well, how does the government have that power then? And they're like, oh, well, it was appointed to us by the people. We're the representatives of the people. And it's like, wait. You just told me I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't literally do that with a group or by myself onto my neighbor.
But you can?
But you can because I appointed it to you. So then I'm like, well, can I appoint my neighbor to do it to my other neighbor? And they're like, no, you can't do that.
Well, your
and
logic.
Yeah. And it's like, so it's called delegation of wrongs is what it is.
Yeah.
So you can't delegate a wrong behavior to somebody. I can't come to you and morally justify you going to kill and steal from my neighbor and say, hey, go kill.
Hey,
I give you that
that
power to do that rightfully. Now it's right because I've appointed it to you. Me and these guys over here, we have more numbers now, right?
Yep.
Now we have three.
Hey.
Yeah, now we have three, and we're like, hey, we have more power in numbers, so now you have more power because we've reinforced
We're going
that
to
power.
appoint you to go steal all that shit from that camp over there.
Yeah. So it doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
So you can't delegate wrongs, right? So my whole position is that I don't believe in no rules, right? I believe in some form of regulatory nature of moral activities, moral boundaries between each other, right? We all have boundaries, and that's good, right? As long as we set that in a cooperative and voluntary way that does not erode liberty, it's fine, right? That's good. I don't believe in no justice system. I believe in some form of justice, right? Because at some level, somebody's going to get hurt. Yeah. Somebody's going to make a wrongdoing,
And I think some people might be getting into this. They might want to know, like, well, how does that work? What do I do if I have a dispute?
Right. Well, that's why we have to take out the monopolization of justice, right? So there's a monopoly on justice by government, and as we decentralize that form of justice and we set up a methodology of, evidence and investigatory processes for that, which somewhat work, we can at least deal with the justice at that level,
Yeah.
So you can set up communities, you can set up councils if you want to together. A lot of people would just call that like a miniature government.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a government because you're not using coercion.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Is coercion.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fucking kill you if you don't like what I want,
Yeah.
if you don't do what I tell you.
And yeah, I mean, it's a difficult thing. There's a lot of questions that come up with anarchism, but I would say the main thing to understand is that it just means absence of slavery. And it doesn't mean there's no rules, doesn't mean there's no morals, anything like that. It just means volunteerism, and getting rid of slave masters.
Dude, I used to love the logo. Was it the yellow and black V? I love that.
Yeah.
I wanted to get that tattooed on me.
Yeah, that's a good one,
Should I do that? I don't know.
Do it. It's your body.
I like voluntary interactions.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be forced. In Latin, the word government comes from gubernare mens mentes, and gubernare means to control, like a governor on a car, right? It controls
the speed.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then mens mentes is derived from the idea of mind. This is where we get mental from. So
mind control.
Right. So it's mind control.
Oh.
So, well, what is mind control? It's me forcing you to do what I want you to do. It is some kind of manipulatory influence and power over another individual to make them do what I want them to do.
Yeah.
And so, of course, that's what government is, because everything starts in the mind.
Yep.
Everything we make here starts in the mind, right? So we have to change our minds to change the result, you know? With the and I would say
That's-
hearts too, but
That's.
yeah.
I just wish. I hope people watching this can understand what we're talking about here and like realize like, the world can be a better place.
Oh, yes.
As long as the interactions are voluntary between each other. We
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
stop
it's
fucking
not-
forcing people to do shit.
Right.
Stop robbing my paycheck.
Yeah, fuck that.
Dude, it's like $1,000 every paycheck they
Yeah, it's
steal
horrible,
from me.
man. You know how much more wealthy you would be? So a lot of people are like, well, what about the social benefits from that, like taking care of old people or taking care of your roads? Well, guess what? They would be more productive because my roads aren't taken care of, first of all.
Yeah.
And if I can take the third party or fourth party out of the situation that's mediating the money exchange for my roads to be managed, and I can just get together with my community, and I'm more wealthy at that point because I have most of my money.
Yeah.
And I need my roads to go to work, to go to school. I have an
Exactly.
incentive to take care of them. Well, we can either fix it ourselves or we can hire the service providers ourselves to take care of it. And then the government, they don't get their cut. And they don't put it wherever the fuck they put it,
When
which
the
doesn't
government
go-
takes their part, it's
Yeah.
like you don't even question it. It's, well, they got to take their part.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, they
yeah,
worked
right.
that fucking shit.
And they charge out the ass. Don't
Uh-huh.
forget that,
Yeah.
So for their
And
service.
think how cool to be. It's like, dude, our fucking community has the best roads.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Well,
That's a sense of pride.
I see anarchists like all around the world that go out and patch holes now.
Really?
In the roads, because it's always such a common phrase.
Yeah.
Like, well, what about the roads? It's like, okay, what about? First of all, let's just break that down. First thing is, why are you so obsessed with roads that you're willing to be a slave? First thing, okay, I don't understand that you're more worried about roads than your enslavement of your children and your family and yourself. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Second thing is, well, you don't think we have an incentive to take care of them. What the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about? You're
Well,
idiots.
what if it doesn't work? It's not working right now.
Yeah, it doesn't work now. What are you talking about?
What do you got to fucking lose?
Well, what if it's chaos? You're living in chaos. What are you talking about?
This is chaos.
Look at all the wars we
Yeah.
have. Like, why not try something new? It's not really new anyways, but it's like, why not try something that seems to be more optimal for our
Dude,
co-experience?
We
Yeah.
have nothing to fucking lose and everything to gain. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You ever see that meme? It's Night of the Living Dead, but they changed it to Night of the Living Statists.
No.
And they're going, roads.
What?
The zombies.
That's great.
Roads.
That's so funny because I made a slide one time for one of my presentations, and it was based off the idea of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Right? And I saw another guy do it first, who was one of my peers. And so I'm not trying to take credit for it, first of all. But it's like, those are the people we got to get to. The Walking Dead,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
So those are the ones we have to resurrect. And it's like, fuck, like, can I just smash their head?
Yeah.
Nah, you gotta
what the
bring
fuck
them
does
back.
he use? A crossbow?
Yeah, you got to bring them back. So it's really cool. This has been great, man.
Dude, yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
for sitting down for so long. It,
Of
like, it
course.
flew by. And, like, I could sit here and talk to you forever, dude.
Yeah. We can do another
Like,
one in the future.
Dude,
Next
yeah.
year.
Next year.
Yeah.
Or even sooner. Who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
I'll come back down here.
I'm down.
That or if you're ever up in my neck of the woods, you can come to the studio.
Yeah.
That'd be
dude,
really cool.
I would love to do
That's
that.
also my house.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
But, dude, I live out in the middle of nowhere. I got a shooting range. It's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude. It'd be awesome.
That's cool.
This is fucking Brandon Martin. Learn about him. Or I hope he just did learn about him.
Yeah.
But, dude, this has been awesome. And I hear the band starting up at the Lula Bowl.
Yep.
It's Bowl Bash Friday night. Bowl Bash 2024. 29. Bowl Bash 29.
Yeah, number
And
29.
It's hot as fuck out here.
We're sweating.
Yeah. Just sitting here. If you turn your head too fast, you'll start sweating.
Oh, yeah, it's
But,
crazy
dude,
hot.
Thank you so much for
Of
coming
course.
here, dude.
Yeah.
Or I came to you. We're in the full pipe right
Yeah,
now.
right? Yep.
But, dude, it's been the jam without Dan, but with Brock, because Dan's sucking on a chili dog.
Oh, man. Sucking on the chili dog. I saw some chili dogs walking
Oh,
around.
shit, is there?
Yeah, and some costumes.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a unicorn come down the hill earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't
That's
think they were real,
hilarious.
but they are.
They are real.
Anything can happen here at
Yeah,
Skatopia.
you'll find the cryptids at Skatopia.
Yeah, Bigfoot's around here somewhere.
Yep.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Take care. Brandon Martin, look him up. Well, if you made it this far, I commend you. That was a pretty good conversation. Made me realize some things about myself I didn't think about for a long time. But in closing, Skatopia is a wonderful place. I think everybody should go there at least once, because all it takes is once, and you want to keep going back and back every year, just like me. I look forward to going back next Bowl Bash, next June. Hopefully we can bring Dan with us, but he was sucking on a chili dog over the weekend, so he didn't really have time. So thanks for watching. Remember to tune in every Wednesday to The Jam with Brock and Dan. I'm Brock. Dan's sucking on a chili dog, but he'll be back next week. Thanks for watching.